Just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. So here is the punter, Matt Bosher, to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. The Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. Cook following the penalty. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
All day. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Leave it, 3 on 48. Where's your high?
First down. Here's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, who is this guy? He's special. And he said, dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They run. It's Gurley. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Tuesday. Chopper!
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 6-yard line.
Hey, Ringo, 48. 180. 53. 53. I got. Say.
Now Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Lucky 48. 180.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Come on, QB, come on.
Again, it's Cousins. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To the air again, it's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Cousins again. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll throw again. Cousins. He's going to let it go deep for the... And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 29 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Todd Gurley, 70 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, he only needed 2 yards. It was 3rd and 2, but he found a way to make the red seed part.
And remember, it's 3rd and 2. In the NFL, that's not automatically a running down. Most of the time, it's a passing play. So in this case, now they're probably loosened up just a little bit, thinking pass. They hit him with the run, and boy, did they hit him big. Is he still going? I mean, Michael, you called the touchdown, right?
Yeah, I did. This will be fielded at the 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike. 80 weapons.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Go ahead. 180. 45. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there out of Cook, and even 50 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll run with Cook. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense? Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The tackle goes to Harrison Smith. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 29, Ryan. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They go play action now. Ryan, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Now this throw caught left side. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And his kick is indeed good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Ready, 280. Right there, 54 miles. 54, south.
A quick throw into the hands of Hardy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
17 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 2nd and 10, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Check 55, Mike. And watch the leg.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and 1, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
45.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. In for the sack, Deion Jones. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check. 53's Mike. 53's Mike. Falcons defense.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19, and an unlikely first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Ready, blue 80. 54, 21. 54.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hardy. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
51, go!
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
51. Check 26, check 26. Got it. Check. Hey, echo. Ready to go.
Now Ryan on first down. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, his throw incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Again, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
61, matchbox, light.
They run, Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
Here we go.
Another carry now for Madison. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Check 24. Check 24. Hey, Ken.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Check safety.
They'll run it with Madison. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. That 2nd down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's Sherrills. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They start the drive with Abdullah. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Cousins. And he's got his man on the out route. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now Cousins. This will be caught inside the 10. That's good for 28 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Out. Hey, Ringo, 48. Pilot, 64. Weak. Check. Lucky. What's that?
Here's Cousins. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Going to run with Madison again. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal. But defensively, that's a nice stop there on third down here in the fourth quarter. Now, offensively, kicking the field goal, taking the lead, right?
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Especially since you got stopped on the previous play. But if you've got something you really like, something that you've practiced all week, and you think, hey, this is the time to use it, this is the play, I wouldn't be deterred. I would gamble a little bit and go for it right now.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Minnesota, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.